Now, the Delhi High Court is all set to pass an order on the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's plea against his arrest and remand by the Enforcement Directorate in the liquor policy scam case. The High Court bench, headed by Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma, is going to be hearing Arvind Kejriwal's petition tomorrow. Now, in his plea, Arvind Kejriwal has sought immediate release on account of the arrest and challenges the alleged illegal arrest made by the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, there have been developments that have taken place where Arvind Kejriwal's wife, Sunita Kejriwal, has come out with a press briefing saying that her husband and the Chief Minister of Delhi is going to make revelations about the alleged liquor scam money that Enforcement Directorate accuses Arvind Kejriwal of stashing. Now, in terms of the big developments, let's start off our conversation. Joining me on the telecast is Advocate Anmol Pawar. He is the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. And Advocate Pawar, in a situation where the CBI is looking to get hold of Arvind Kejriwal, it has also decided to put in a plea to make an arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. There is Enforcement Directorate in whose custody Arvind Kejriwal himself finds himself in right now. There is the Rouse Avenue hearing that takes place tomorrow where he is supposed to be presenting himself. There is the Delhi High Court who is also going to be making a judgment tomorrow. In this quagmire of cases and probes that are carrying on against the Delhi Chief Minister, how is it possible for him to function sitting out of a jail?
Megha, he's an elected Chief Minister of a state, and people of Delhi have given a mandate to Mr. Kejriwal. And they have reaffirmed their stance when we visited each and every household in Delhi. And they said that the mandate was for Mr. Kejriwal and he must govern the state. Moreover, as far as law is concerned, there's no constitutional bar on operating from jail. Neither the Representation of People Act nor the Constitution. There's no such law which bars him from operating from jail.
Okay.
He's not a convict.
Okay.
He has been framed in a false and fabricated case, which will reach to its logical conclusion, and we'll all see that he'll come out clean from this so-called liquor scam in which from the last 2 years, not a single penny has been recovered.
So what's the further legal course of action that Arvind Kejriwal can take? Also the limitations that may cause for the Chief Minister of Delhi to function in practical manners, in all practical ways, out of a jail. How can he conduct meetings? How can he make those statements? How can he come to the public's? How can he attend the legislative assembly sessions that are taking place? So all those questions are integral, keeping in mind these practicalities have to be kept in mind. I'm going to quickly go to BJP spokesperson Neha Joshi as well. Now, Neha, of course, the allegations coming in from Aam Aadmi Party and the other opposition leaders as well. The India Alliance is going to come out and hold this massive rally, a show of strength in Delhi, who are going to be joining hands, rallying against the BJP in favor of Arvind Kejriwal. Has BJP inadvertently played at the hands of Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal? Because today, everybody is talking about him, and I wonder what has happened to the center stage that BJP and its politicians used to take up until 3 days ago.
Thank you, Megha. Megha, I find it absolutely facetious that a person who calls himself an advocate has little or no faith in the law of this country, and he believes that it is possible to put a sitting chief minister, a democratically elected chief minister of a state behind bars without enough evidence. So I think that's, nobody who would call himself an advocate should have such a view. However,
please,
we know...
Ms. Neha, you must go and read the judgment dated 30th October 2023. Please go through the 10th line in 28th paragraph. You'll see that the Honorable Supreme Court has also said...
have a little courtesy. There is certain etiquette that you observe.
Do not misinform the people.
I'm
Do
sure
not misinform the people.
enough to give you a chance.
Anmol, I've given you. Anmol, let's let Neha Joshi put her point of view. I'll come back to you if you have to retort her statement. Neha, go ahead.
Thank you, Megha, and I'd not like to be interrupted again. And now, this is a scam that has been that was being investigated for over a year. It's not just Mr. Kejriwal. We have to understand that multiple leaders of this party, as the scam was being unearthed, are behind bars, and these were all ministers, MPs. There is a reason why one by one, as all the evidence was found in place, these people are behind bars. The court refused to grant them relief. Megha, let's also put that out. I urge Mr. Advocate to, also put that information out. And the High Court has reserved its judgment, and I think it's going to be out anytime soon. But I can tell you that in a democracy, a person who, as he was sitting behind bars, morally should not be claiming to be the chief minister. I think today the LG made a statement, and I think I absolutely agree that in this country, no government can be run by a person who's sitting behind bars. That is just not happening in India. It is not going to happen. The center is watching the situation very closely. The courts are watching the situation very closely. So I think let's wait for the High Court's judgment.
Okay, fair enough. You answered Advocate Anmol Pawar's question, or in fact rather a retort, but you've not answered my question. I asked you point blank. The narrative in this very aggressive political season has suddenly shifted from other political party leaders to Arvind Kejriwal.
Megha, from where I'm looking, the narrative right now is about the blatant corruption. Here is a man who climbed on the pedestal of anti-corruption and was elected by the people of Delhi not once but twice. And here is a man who who's involved in a multi-crore scam. The scam is a couple of 100 crores. And what is this scam about? This is about liquor. This is about the youth of Delhi who was being plunged into darkness by the Aam Aadmi Party government. And Arvind Kejriwal ji and all his aides who are behind bars. This is the narrative, Megha, and I'm glad that
innocent
all of this is
until
coming
proven
to the fore.
guilty. Innocent until proven guilty is something
absolutely, and that's
which is part of our legal process, and it needs to be followed.
Enough evidence.
The question that arises is there is an investigation that is going on. The investigative agencies are doing their job. The hearing is pending in the Rouse Avenue Court. The judgment is reserved by the Delhi High Court. Let's wait and watch and not jump the gun. Okay.
Absolutely, Megha. But the fact that a sitting chief minister is behind jail and there is enough evidence to keep him in jail till now, that says something.
Okay. All right. Syed Abbas, what's your point of view? Today, when I take a look at the larger political spectrum, the election season, and there may be rallies and meetings and road-to-road shows and door-to-door meetings that political party leaders and star campaigners of political parties may be conducting. Do you think the narrative has squarely then shifted and the prime focus is Arvind Kejriwal, whether for the good of the opposition parties, India Alliance or not?
Megha, I've always believed that if there's great power, there is great responsibility and equal accountability. The fact of the matter, it's, the Bharatiya Janata Party has realized over the due course of time, probably their intelligence or surveys, that 400 Par is turning out to be just a mere jumla. The same reason why the accounts have been frozen of the Congress Party, Aam Aadmi Party leaders are put in jail. I see a certain rattle from the Bharatiya Janata Party and an undercurrent lying with the force to reckon with, which is the India Alliance. Now coming to Arvind Kejriwal and his arrest, I do not understand why the Bharatiya Janata Party's jubilations. Laddu baat rahe hain ye log. Pata nahi kis baat ki khushi hai. The fact is, we need to understand Arvind Kejriwal ji is not convicted under High Court or the Supreme Court. There is absolutely no law which has come out for him to show as criminal. Well, if he is criminal, then respected sirs and madams of the BJP, please tell me, Sharat Chandra Reddy, your approver, your southern superstar lobby, the kingpin of the South, 60 crore in electoral bonds. If there is a liquor gate scam, then doesn't this man who has given 60 crore to Bharatiya Janata Party, आप लोग एक alleged criminal के 60 crore रुपया लेते हो? None of the spokespersons, mind you. Over the last week, I have debated with all the dozens of spokespersons of BJP. None of them as yet has been able to give a satisfying answer. Not just me, even from the anchor.
Okay.
The fact is, Do they take proceeds of crime from an alleged criminal? Also, as a matter of fact, Arvind Kejriwal ji is elected chief minister. He is Delhi ka beta. Even though he's been put in jail, he is concerned of the water scarcity of Delhi. He's concerned of the free medicines to be given in Mohalla clinic. He's absolutely concerned about the pathological tests to be taken in Mohalla clinics. This shows that this man is running helter-skelter, length and breadth of Delhi to provide for the best of the people. Why is BJP rattled? Because they have not been able to beat Arvind Kejriwal for 3 consecutive terms. This is why they have lost 30 seconds.
Okay, all right. Chandni Preeti Shah also on the telecast with me. I'll take that question with you. Neha Joshi also. But Chandni, how do you respond? How do you respond? Is what Syed Abbas opines is that the BJP is quote unquote rattled by Aam Aadmi Party. Is the primary contender of the BJP for the Lok Sabha elections now turning to be Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party and no other political party?
No, Megha, since there's a lawyer present over here, I'm also a lawyer. So let me also talk on some legal grounds because I also know a little bit of law myself also. In the courts, not once it has been said by Mr. Singhvi or any other lawyers of Mr. Kejriwal, anything on the lines of that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is innocent or he's been framed. What is being argued? That his arrest is unconstitutional, his arrest is illegal, his remand is illegal. Now let's go through some legal framework. What could the ED would have done? Because Arvind Kejriwal was not joining the investigation even after multiple summons. What options did ED have? They could have moved an application before the concerned court, could have got a non-bailable warrant issued against him, or they could have showed up at his residence and questioned him there and, if they have concrete evidence, and proceed to make an arrest after questioning. Now, there's an argument that, in the Inder Mohan Goswami case, the Apex Court has held that in complaint cases, at the first instance, the court should direct serving of the summons along with a copy of the complaint. If the accused is avoiding the summons, on the second instance, they should issue a bailable warrant. And at the third instance, when the court is fully satisfied that the accused is avoiding the court proceeding intentionally, then that time they can issue the non-bailable warrant. Kejriwal was summoned 9 times, not once, not twice, not thrice, 9 times. There were clear grounds for issuing non-bailable warrants against him. Yet the ED chose the second way. They went to his residence, questioned him, and made an arrest only after getting concrete evidences.
Okay.
Now let's talk legally. Why is he arrested even after he's not named in the scam, right? So ASG Raju, he told in the Rouse Avenue court while he was seeking the remand of Mr. Kejriwal that one need not be an accused in the predicate offense to be an accused under PMLA. Now what does that mean? That even if Mr. Kejriwal had not been named and accused in the corruption case itself, that is the Delhi excise policy case, he can be booked for the offense of laundering proceeds of crime derived from the case. And in this case, the proceeds of, let me complete. And in this case, the proceeds of the crime have been used. The fund that the AAP elections in the Goa were funded. These were the proceeds of the crime that can be used. And according to the ED, they have concrete evidence in terms of CDRs, statement from Hawalawala, statement from the holding company, statement from the candidates being paid to run the elections.
Okay, all right. So Advocate Pawar, did Arvind Kejriwal had it coming?
Megha, first of all, I would like to ask 3 specific questions to the spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party. She was talking about corruption and giving lessons on morality. She must answer the people of this country that why they have accommodated India's most corrupt politicians in their party. Why has the party rolled out red carpet for those corrupt whom your leader,
I think
Prime
that's
Minister
a little
Modi,
rich coming from a person whose party president.
Please don't intervene. Please extend the same courtesy which you were seeking from my side.
So that's a little rich.
There's a long list.
Let Anmol complete it. Neha, you did not like when he interrupted, so let's give him the same respect.
There's a long list of corrupt leaders: Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, Suvendu Adhikari, Mukul Roy, Narayan Rane. Why did you absorb all those corrupt leaders? First question. Second, the Honorable Supreme Court directed the SBI to release data which has, in fact, proved that the amount of 60 crore rupees, 5 crore on 15th November 2022 and 55 crore on 8th November 2023 has been donated to Bharatiya Janata Party from the so-called alleged kingpin of the liquor scam of South Lobby, P. Sharath Reddy. The same Enforcement Directorate did not even oppose the bail application in May 2023, and he was granted bail on a simple ground that he has a back pain. And the same Enforcement Directorate viciously objects to the bail application of a person who has spinal injury. Second question.
Okay.
Third question, can you please tell the people of this country why did you take 60 crore rupees from the alleged kingpin of the liquor scam? Because as Abbas said, none of your spokesperson are ready and willing to answer this very small and specific question.
Okay. All
Please
right,
throw
fair
some
enough.
light.
Fair enough. Neha, would you like to respond to this, particularly top of the agenda over here for Aam Aadmi Party?
And
why
the
are so
last-
many leaders, so many politicians with a corrupt background, with a criminal background, see participation in BJP? In fact, political party leaders from other opposition parties who were attacked by the BJP for being quote-unquote corrupt have now gained space in your political party and have been completely absolved for all their quote-unquote crimes.
Right, Megha. So I'll answer those points one by one. So first of all, I was listening to the whataboutery by Mr. Pawar and Mr. Abbas. None of them answered the question that Ms. Shah raised here, that their lawyers, when they went to court, not one of them raised the issue of Arvind Kejriwal being innocent. They were talking about unconstitutionality of his arrest. They did not at any point contest the crimes that he has allegedly committed. That, Megha, to me is Mr. Pawar, I think, let's respect the word coming from another lawyer on the panel. She has stated facts. So, this is a fact that is in public domain. The court proceedings are all out for public consumption. So it's not like you can hide these things. Now, coming to the point of, party leaders switching parties, Megha, I'm not sure what Mr. Abbas or Mr. Pawar or any other leader from the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress is upset about, till the point that these leaders, allegedly, corrupt leaders, are in their party, and these are all parties who have been in alliance with each other, and even now there's a motley group of India Alliance that has come together. I'm not sure what's the status of it right now, considering what's happening in Maharashtra. However, this motley group, till the time that these leaders are part of this group, they defend them, with all they might. I have seen Mr. Abbas defend some of these leaders that he's naming, and some of the leaders that Mr. Pawar is naming right now. So, today when they join the Bharatiya Janata Party, suddenly they become corrupt.
Okay.
This is a different kind of yardstick that these guys have for leaders who decide to join a more progressive party owing to the policies of the Modi government, to the charisma of the leader who is going to be re-elected the Prime Minister of this country, you like it or not.
Fair enough. You made your point.
The debate here is about a chief minister who has been found, there's enough evidence with the Enforcement Directorate.
Okay, all right, yes. Chandni also mentioned that she gave an entire trajectory of how the case unfolded. Syed, do you want to make a point? Yes.
Yeah. Neha ji made an allegation towards me that I have defended the aforementioned corrupt netas mentioned by Mr. Pawar during the course of the debate. I challenge Neha ji to bring out any footage or anything where I have defended Chhagan Bhujbal or Janardhan Reddy or Mukul Roy or Himanta Biswa Sarma or any of these leaders. It's okay. To err is human, to forgive divine. I forgive you, Neha ji. No defamation. Don't worry.
Okay.
Now coming to the point.
Quickly. I have very little time. I have to accommodate other panelists as well. Yes.
The fact is, still, even now, I'm hunting, I'm searching for a satisfying answer. Very smartly, Neha ji did not say anything about Sharat Chandra.
So, Mr. Abbas, you think the Enforcement Directorate,
I didn't interrupt. Kindly,
the courts of this nation can keep a person behind bars?
I did not interrupt when you spoke, ma'am. Kindly, please. Thank you, Mohtarma. So the simple fact is absolutely no explanation on Sharat Chandra Reddy. 60 crore लिए alleged criminal से, लेकिन कुछ नहीं. very smartly you let go. Also, as a matter of fact, Chandni Shahji mentioned a very important point with legal perspective. I'm sure my friend Anmol Pawar, who's an advocate, so is Chandni ji, are fully aware that an approver holds no good in the Supreme Court of Law. You need to have substantial, concrete evidence to go by. So approver के बाद में आपने तो ले लिया लपेटे में अरविंद केजरीवाल
No,
जी को,
fair.
but
No, like I said, there are two sides to the coin.
Also, Sharat Chandra
Syed,
Reddy.
that while I say
Sharat
that,
Reddy के बारे में कुछ
the case
बताओ.
is going on, the trial will happen, and finally let the
Megha,
courts
can I
decide
respond?
after evidences are provided and arguments are had. And then at the same time, one political party cannot assume that Arvind Kejriwal is corrupt and he is involved in this scam, and the other political party cannot absolve Arvind Kejriwal of whatever investigations that are taking place. So don't take sides is what I'm trying to say over here. Although it's impossible for political parties to then come and build their narrative, because at the end of the day, that's how political parties function. I have also with me an advocate. Joining me on the telecast is Ashwini Dubey. And Ashwini, I've called you particularly for the very specific answer that I seek of you of what is the legal recourse now that can be taken by Arvind Kejriwal in wake of the two hearings that are going to happen tomorrow, one in Rouse Avenue Court and the other one in the Delhi High Court.
Yeah, thank you, Megha, for having me here. Megha, first in Rouse Avenue Court, since the ED has requested for the remand, and remand is going to expire tomorrow. So ED probably may ask for the further time because the investigation, as I know, that has not been completed and certain more evidences are to be revealed. Number two, at the time of last remand, then bail application was moved before the ED court, which was rejected by the ED court, against which an appeal has been filed seeking bail in the High Court. Today, High Court extensively heard that matter, and in that case, supposedly tomorrow, if bail is granted, Arvind Kejriwal will be out. If not, then he may approach to the Honorable Supreme Court of India. In the meantime, some health issues have also erupted just now. I was going through the statement of Mrs. Sunita Kejriwal. That may be one of the reasons for approaching the Supreme Court. So two different hearings before two different courts. One is exclusively with respect to the remand extension, which is the discretion of the court, because court will evaluate the evidences which has been gathered after keeping Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in custody from the last hearing till now. So it is the court, and it is the court. Court has to see what further questions are required to be.
Fair enough. And then what happens? Because the CBI also at this point of time seeking the remand of Arvind Kejriwal. How does that play out?
Megha,
that
first
is
of
the
all,
CBI.
Let Ashwini answer. I'll come to you. I'll give you time.
Yeah, so CBI, so far as the CBI case is concerned, Megha, because he is already in custody, so CBI may also ask for the custody of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal from ED to his custody for further investigation with respect to the offence which is pending before the CBI.
Okay.
So for that also CBI may move to the court. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Advocate Pawar, you want to make a point? Yes.
Megha, first of all, I would like to clarify that we have not moved any bail application. We have challenged the illegal and the fundamental basis of remand,
Right.
which was challenged before the Rouse Avenue Court. No bail application has been moved in this regard. Secondly, as far as Ms. Chandni made submissions, I would like to clear that what is shocking in this entire case is that there's no statement under Section 50 of PMLA, which is the basis of inquiry. And none of the conditions as enumerated in Section 19 of the PMLA has been satisfied. Not a single not a single penny has been recovered. All the evidence is tainted, and the evidence is based on statements of both the approver. The first is P. Sharad Reddy, whom the BJP spokesperson, each and everyone is running away from answering that why did they take 60 crore rupees as bribe from P. Sharad Chandra Reddy. Second is Magunta Reddy, whom their alliance partner, TDP, has given a Lok Sabha ticket, and their leader, Prime Minister Modi, will go and campaign for the second alleged approver of the so-called liquor scam.
So Nene, how do you respond to this? The alleged collusion of the BJP with a number of these approvers that have been named by Advocate Pawar. How does BJP justify it?
I don't think the BJP has to justify. I don't think, Megha, the BJP is, the BJP has to justify anything. I think if somebody has to justify, it is the Aam Aadmi Party 4 of their top leaders are in jail right now. There's enough evidence to suggest that they have been involved in a hundreds of crores worth of liquor scam. They have scammed the people of Delhi. They have scammed the taxpayers of Delhi. They have also scammed all of those people who had faith in their anti-corruption stand. So I think if anybody has to clarify anything, all of the information that Mr. Pawar or Mr. Abbas are mentioning is all in the public domain. Information about the electoral bonds, it's all in the public domain. I think we've had multiple debates in the past few weeks about that. The topic for discussion today is the alleged corruption of the Aam Aadmi Party, because of which their top leader is in jail now. And Megha, at this point, I'd like to also mention the theatrics that the Aam Aadmi Party is indulging in. As we sit here and debate, Mrs. Kejriwal, who holds no constitutional position, is seen sitting on the CM's chair, reading out a message from the CM, who is inside jail, to the citizens of Delhi. Megha, what does the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson have to say about that? What is the legality of that? I'd like to ask the advocates on the panel this, that can I, as somebody who's not elected, can I use all of those symbols and sit on the CM's chair and deliver a message from my family member to the rest of the country? Is that legal, Ms. Shah?
Well, there have been instances where there was Lalu Prasad Yadav, he was the chief minister, he was put behind bars, and
he's not the shining example of democracy.
He did come out, his wife did come out and made statements and public speeches on his behalf.
Who claims to be a champion of
There have been a number of instances where are criminals who have been put behind bars and they have given the charge of campaigning for themselves, campaigning for the party, and even becoming MLAs and MPs on behalf of them. So let's not go there, Neha. Anyways, I'm out of time. I thank all of you. Chandni, you want to make a quick point, 30 seconds before I wrap this up?
I just need 1 minute, all right? Because Mr. Anmol has mentioned section 50 of the PMLA Act. Let me tell that the Delhi court had ruled that the ED's power to issue summons under the section 50 does not include the power to arrest. Correct. But did Mr. Kejriwal attend any of the 9 summons? Did he
Okay, fair enough. So a point over here, the 9 summons that had been issued, Arvind Kejriwal refused to pay heed to those summons, and therefore that warrants an arrest from the Enforcement Directorate. I'm out of time. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast. We'll keep having these discussions because this saga is still not seen the end. It's going to carry on, and tomorrow is again a big day for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. There are 2 hearings in 2 different courts. Let's see how the day progresses tomorrow.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.